Mario Party is a great game to play with friends. Especially if you don't like your friends, because Chris stole your star for the 15th time, you ass! Anyway, Mario Party is a really interesting concept. Gather a bunch of mascots and characters from the Mario series, throw them together in a board game-like setting, relying on luck, chance, and a little bit of douchebaggery, play some fun mini-games, and boom, a fun night. Sometimes. Chris! The series was popular, so of course, other companies looked at that and said, hey, we've got tons of characters, let's just do this. And thus, leading us to today's video, looking at some of the most shameless Mario Party ripoffs. Let's go! Oh boy, here we go. Sonic the Hedgehog. Boys and girls, welcome to Sonic Shuffle, a game released on the Sega Dreamcast on November 14th, 2000. The game is done in a Mario Party-like fashion, including selecting your favorite Sonic character, selecting a world, traversing a board, and playing minigames. Sonic Shuffle is a bit of a mixed bag in my opinion, because there's things about this game that are actually really cool, and things that are not so cool. Let's start off with the positive, because I'm a positive little waffle. The game actually has a pretty solid story mode, taking place in the magical land of Imaginary World. I don't know, just go with it. And our cute little fairy Lumina, who helps guide us through the game.
Hey guys!
Yeah! Let's do it!
Well, I've got nothing better to do.
And each board just furthers the story, giving you an incentive to keep playing. There's also boss battles, which I think is a fun feature to spice things up every now and then. A lot of the mini-games focus on collecting the most rings, which it gets old after a while. It's like, yeah, I get it, he's Sonic. He likes rings.
I'm Sonic.
I guess the only bad thing I can say is that sometimes the board segments can feel like a real drag to get through. But that's just nitpicking, and I'm not a nitpicker. So let's just end this right here and say Sonic Shuffle is a pretty good game. But now, here's something that had the potential to be pretty good, but wasn't. Nickelodeon ruled the 90s and early 2000s with shows like SpongeBob, Invader Zim, Rugrats, Jimmy Neutron, Danny Phantom, and so much more. So why not put all of these beloved characters into a party game? Because, well, I guess I've seen worse concepts. Nickelodeon Party Blast. So the game's intro starts up, and immediately we're given so much nightmare fuel that we will have this image in our heads for at least the next 15 years.
Got a blast!
It's just so weird, that off-putting GameCube cutscene technology where everyone just looks like a bootleg, especially SpongeBob. SpongeBob in particular has always looked, I don't know, demon-like whenever he's attempted to jump into a 3D world. The game is actually a giant minigame compilation. You pick a world, like SpongeBob, and then play minigames as your favorite Nickelodeon characters back in 2002. Which means, sadly, no, there's no iCarly, I checked. It also means that there isn't the board game aspect. You know, like rolling the dice, getting coins, screwing over your friends. Chris! That's half the fun of Mario Party. Here, we just get the same static view and angle of different worlds. It gets old pretty quick. And the games themselves are pretty shallow. And this load time is ass! What is this? The PlayStation 1? I shouldn't have to wait this long. We're still going. If you want a fun Nickelodeon crossover game, just play Nicktoons Unite. I love that game. Well, I guess while we're still on the topic of Nickelodeon, let's check out Rugrats Scavenger Hunt on the N64. And... ooh, baby, it's all coming back to me! The Rugrats was hands down one of my favorite shows growing up, and hearing this music just puts me in a state of happiness.
Let's see here. We need to know what type of game we want to play.
And it's immediately ruined by the creepy N64 graphics.
Silly babies, it's not a boring game. It's called a board game because you play it on a board.
I mean, it's no Mario 64. I've seen worse. And this is worse. At least they got all the voices for the babies and parents, making up for this.
I gotta get back before it's too late.
So just like Mario Party, there's different worlds the babies explore, dressing up as Indiana Jones and exploring temples, transforming into Reptar and doing dinosaur stuff, and even being astronauts. Before you start each board, you're given a small cutscene with a plot so ridiculous and cute that it would only work in the Rugrats.
You're sure lucky that Reptar lives in a messy zoic where it's messy all the time. What kind of mess, Angelica? All kinds of mess.
It's cute, I'll admit. However, this game is like a reverse Nickelodeon Party Blast, because there are 0 mini-games here. All you're doing is board game related stuff. Rolling a dice, landing on spaces, hoping things happen. Rolling the dice, landing on spaces. This didn't need to be a video game.
It's mine, Philip! No, it's mine, Lillian! Mine! Mine! Mine!
Oh, that juice costs $4.99, you little bastards! Pac-Man. That classic arcade game with characters that look like this. And then like this. And now this. Pac-Man Fever. A Pac-Man related Mario Party game with... Wait. Heihachi from Tekken? Astaroth from Soul Calibur? Maybe this could be good. Is actually pretty fun and follows the Mario Party concept well, with both the board game aspect and the minigame segments, as well as a plot that just barely makes enough sense to not question too much. So all of these Bandai Namco characters are on a movie set, possibly making a Tekken, Soul Calibur, Pac-Man fighting game, which in hindsight would be a much cooler game. Anyway, the ghost steals something important and now everyone's fighting for it. Good. The game's art style is chibi and cute, and the minigames are all enjoyable and competitive. A friend of mine actually had this game when I was younger, and I remember it being a great alternative to Mario Party, considering we played the heck out of Mario Party 3. The games, however, are a little generic, not really stylized in any particular way that makes you think, oh hey, this is Pac-Man themed. Just like how Mario Party utilizes familiar stages, settings, music, and secondary characters to really expand the Mario universe and immerse you, here, you can kinda replace the main cast of characters with whoever, and it really wouldn't make a difference. Heck, replace them with characters from One Piece. Oh my gosh, there's actually a One Piece Mario Party game! Aww. It's so chibi and cute. Now, I should give an objective review of the game, casting my personal feelings aside. But that's not gonna happen. One Piece Pirate Carnival is a Mario Party style video game using characters from the popular manga and anime, One Piece. The game's art style is very cute, utilizing the same chibi style, with everyone having big heads. The game has a pretty solid plot accompanied with voice acting, so that's a bonus. A lot of the minigames focus on fighting, which is really nice considering this is a fighting anime. Just like with Mario Party, all of the stages and characters that are used come from the show, no matter how obscure they may be. I know I'm a little biased when it comes to One Piece, but I genuinely think it's a fun game. 6 stars out of 5. Speaking of anime...
Once upon a time, in a kingdom just down the road, a misunderstood ogre. A beautiful princess.
Oh, no, that's not what I had in mind! What is this?
Lord Farquaad will also give his wish to the people.
Ooh, this is not the cute chibi anime experience I had in mind. No, this is Shrek Super Party.
Beauty, brains, and brawn. Princess Fiona!
Now, back in the early 2000s before Shrek was a meme, Shrek was a childhood gem of a movie that every kid loved, so it's no surprise that video games were made. A lot of them. Shrek 2 was actually a really good 4-player beat-em-up on the GameCube. It was one of my favorites as a kid. So maybe this one will be good too.
Look out, Shrek!
Nope. As you probably could have guessed, all of the minigames are swamp-themed. Sometimes you gotta collect bugs, then you're jumping on lily pads and canoeing through murky swamp water. Ugh, can you not? I don't know whose idea it was to chibify the Shrek characters, but they should be fired. Also, who are you? Thelonious? I'm pretty sure you were in the movie for 7 seconds. Where's the gingerbread man?
You're a monster!
I'm still kind of upset that this exists, so, here's this.
Days of